College athletes are about to get paid directly by their universities. That's if a California judge approves a landmark multi-billion-dollar settlement of 3 separate antitrust cases against the NCAA. One of the lead plaintiffs is a former ASU swimmer. Andres Armenta caught up with the man who started it all.
Nearly 200 days ago, a district judge in California gave preliminary approval to House versus NCAA, a $2.8 billion settlement that will transform the landscape of collegiate athletics once again.
It was never a matter of if, it was a matter of when this change was going to happen.
Former ASU swimmer Grant House is the lead plaintiff in the case that not only gives back pay damages to collegiate athletes who played prior to name, image, and likeness compensation, it also grants current student athletes a percentage of media revenue. House believes proper compensation promotes individual development.
They can promote themselves in other ways. They can uplift their other skills, traits, and aspects that they care about, their other purposes, passions, and whys.
The settlement also calls for roster limits, a sticking point for Judge Claudia Wilkins, who wants lawyers in the case to work out more details on the issue that essentially limits the amount of student athletes that can be on scholarship for each individual sport.
It's really the way that these roster limits are being implemented, right? The sudden implementation, right? The no sunsetting, no phasing in approach that will leave thousands of mostly walk-on, partial scholarship, and even scholarship athletes at risk.
Parents of current student athletes have sent letters to Judge Wilkins expressing their concern. Coaches are already bracing for the potential impact. For football, it would limit the amount of roster spots to 105, where the average size has been 120.
We've already informed some of the guys that, they're not going to be in the 105. And that was just because, you don't have to tell them till August. Well, they can't transfer in August. So you're just going to tell a kid in August he can't play football? And then it uses a year of eligibility? That's wrong.
Roster disagreements aside, additional changes include a $20.5 million cap for athletic departments to pay all their student athletes directly.
We'll move to, as close to an employment contract, but not an employment contract, because they won't be employees. They'll still be athletes and student workers.
And athletes will still be able to make money from NIL deals or third-party sources. The settlement simply adds structure to the revenue-sharing model and NIL deals. But you can bet the richest schools will still have an easier time recruiting top talent. Still, uncharted waters for all involved.
To say that I understood what I do now when I was 20 years old, I think would be a very ignorant answer.
If approved, the settlement will take effect on July 1st, allowing student athletes to earn compensation while also implementing some structure.
I certainly don't think this is the final step by any means. I certainly hope it isn't, because there's a lot more that athletes need access to and can access and should have partnering with, voices in, ownership in, and should be walking alongside rather than behind or below.
One thing is clear. Collegiate athletics will embark on another monumental change. In Tempe, Andres Armenta, Cronkite News.